Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Friday. That means it's SketchUp Live Day. And hey, we're here for it and glad you are as well. I'm Matt. I'm the co-host today. And with me is Aaron.
I'm Aaron. I'm going to be modeling today. You know, I enjoy that intro and I always end up kind of dancing to it, but it's just such an abrupt end where it's just like, and here we are. we need to talk to Restream about getting a nice feather option in there where we can just kind of fade and let the music fade out.
Yeah, the slow fade.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should be talking under a little bit of that, those fancy beats to,
That's
bring
right,
the show to
tail there.
life here.
Ooh, chat's hopping.
Love to see it, everybody. Hey, everybody loves CAD, specific numbers and geometry.
Everybody loves CAD. Words that have never been said before in the history of the world. Not in that connection, not in that order.
Maybe people just like geometry.
Yeah, geometry's fun. Numbers
some people like geometry.
Some people like math. I don't understand it, but I know it's true. But yeah, this will be fun. This is I was talking to Matt before. I was double checking my memory of the situation, but downloading these CAD examples and modeling them in 3D in SketchUp is something we started doing during the pandemic. So back in 2026, as in SICKS, when we were all sick, back in the 2026s, we started streaming 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And one of the days we tried to do, this is one of the things we put in regular rotation, was download some of these CAD models, these 3 modeling examples, and go through them together, click by click. I will say, I've said this before, this is a great way to just learn to think in 3D and to practice the tools. So if you've never seen this before, follow along now and then go get your own. We used to get these from a place called Study CAD Cam at Blogspot, but that page is now gone. But we have if you go to that forum link that Matt just posted, there's actually a link to the new page. And I don't know if it's an archive page, but I believe it is from the same, the same person who ran the old page. So it's Taiwanese, so I really can't read and confirm anything, but I believe it is from the same individual. So, yeah, that's where we get a lot of these from. Some of these are just pulled off of Google, but a lot of them are from Study CAD Cam, which is good spot to learn.
Yeah, a good resource to brush up on your skills. It's always a good, good exercise to do no matter what you are modeling, to kind of get in and get the fundamentals down of bringing shapes with specific dimensions to 3D for sure.
I like it. Well, we should probably stop talking. I committed to a lot of modeling.
Gonna be a long stream.
It's gonna be some time. All right, so I did download, like I said, I got some of these off of just Google, and then some of these ones that look a little bit more well put together here. These last 5, 6, 7 are from Study CAD Cam, or maybe not. I don't remember. I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I downloaded a lot of these, and these are the ones that won, and I don't honestly remember where they all came from. So anyhow, we're going to start down here. So a couple things I want to just throw out right before we do anything. All of these drawings are in millimeters. Millimeter is a very small increment, and for SketchUp in particular, which is created to model house-sized things, it can get a little tricky modeling that small. So what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be modeling in meters, so 1:1 millimeter to a meter, and then I've actually scaled everything up. So these drawing 75 meters should be about the similar size right here. So we'll see how that goes. I may need to do some scaling, and in theory, at the end, we could scale it by 0.001. I don't know, math. We could do that. But the important part is going to be the steps we go through right now. So let's do it.
Before you hop in and start drawing stuff, we got 2 comments about your mouse. Magnus on LinkedIn says, "What mouse are you using?" I think they're talking about the one with your left hand there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want
this whole thing.
Yeah.
So this is a 3D mouse from the company 3D Connection. It allows me to, ooh, there we go, go big. So if you can see this, as I move my model around, I'm doing that by just moving this little puck right here. So I can rotate, zoom in, zoom out, turn to the side. I can move all those things with this hand, and that leaves this hand over here open to use this mouse. So from here, I could actually be zooming in here, maybe go grab my next command, move my UI around as I'm going and panning. So from a designer point of view, this is really nice because it gives me the ability to a little more flexibility. Now I have to go zoom, 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 then jump over, then jump back. The other thing that's nice about this is just the smoothness with which you can eventually control your model. So one of the things we see a lot of people, that's right, get smooth. You know, as we're working in SketchUp, we get used to seeing things like this. Right? And there's nothing wrong with this. This is a very fast way to move in 3D. I actually really love the way SketchUp moves. The downside is if you're watching this and you're not prepared for that, it can be a little jarring to go from here to here and not know that you were about to zoom or just to jump over. It can be a little bit much. So being able to control your camera and your speed like this as you move around the model is a great way to present. So if you're taking your model and you're showing it to your customer, stakeholder, whatever it is, it's an awesome way to do it because you just have a lot more control on how you want to zoom around the model and show them things. So a great tool. I'm not 3D Connection doesn't pay us or anything like that, but I will say I'm a big fan of their products and really enjoy using them professionally. So check it out.
Nice. Yeah, we have a comment. Yay for a working 3D mouse. I know you had some trouble for yourself for installing the driver, and Bill asked a question, was there any issues with 3D Connection install? For me, there wasn't, but I think for you, maybe there was you ran into some problems.
I had an issue which ended up, in the end, had nothing to do with the 3D mouse at all. It had to do with rights on my computer. So so I have a computer that's a few years old, and over the last couple of years, they've changed how they administer these work computers and that sort of thing. So I had some rights that were goofed up on my account, and it meant that the installer couldn't properly uninstall the previous version, which is what it tried to do, and it corrupted it. So if I had been a full admin on my computer, none of it would have been an issue. But since I'm not, I had to go through a bunch of work where they actually recreated our IS, created new accounts. And I don't know, it was a mess, but it really wasn't even 3D Connection's issue. It was all related to my computer. So once I got the old stuff uninstalled, the new one installed, and everything has worked perfect since then. I remembered my shortcuts. Yeah, it was easy by the time I was done.
Yeah, very nice. And then Magnus also asks about when models are tiny, sometimes it's easy to zoom past it, but do you have more control at small scale with this 3D mouse versus regular mouse?
Absolutely. So it does scale relative to where you are. So I can zoom in here like this. I can come back here. So I have a lot more control. The other thing is that it's a steady zoom. So when I use the scroll mouse on my mouse here, as I scroll in, the closer I get, the less it scrolls per roll, or less it zooms per scroll. You can see I'm still zooming now, and I'm just getting closer and closer and closer to that white until eventually I break through. If I come all the way out with the 3D mouse, it's just a continuous zoom, pop right through. So it doesn't scale to how close your camera is. It's just consistent. So yeah, it's real easy. The other thing I'd like to do a lot, I'll probably do it in here, is I like to go inside of models. So to go check to make sure they're solid, look for extra geometry, that sort of thing. So maybe we'll do that in some of these models. I'm sure it's going to happen. One of these models I'm going to do it in. All right, we should probably start modeling.
Yes.
All right, we're going to start simple. And I'm just going to run through here. Like I said, I'm modeling in meters. I'm going to model all of my circles as having 48 sides. I'm not going to model threads. And some of these have curves that I'll model, but some of them later on look like they might have like a bunch of bevels for all of this stuff. I'm probably not going to do those bevels, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know why I picked this one. This one's terrible. But there might be some bevels I just skip over, not because I can't do them, just because it's time consuming. And like I said, I picked 10 of these out, so I really need to finish one every 12 minutes. And I'm already 10 minutes in, so let's go.
Yeah.
All right. This first piece, I'm just going to start with this square right here. So we'll do it this way, 75 by 63. So if I come in here and start this one, I'm going to say 75 comma 63. My units are already set to meters, so it just drew it. And now it is 75 tall, so just do a push-pull, go to 75, enter. All right, so now we have this box. This box has a cutout of it that's 35 by 38, and it's up 20. So what I would do is I'd come over here, I'd probably go up 20, and then I'd come this way 38, and then I'd go up 35, and all I'm doing is letting it snap right to my axes like that, and I'll push-pull that through, and now half of my model is done. Piece of cake. All right, let's keep going. I'll save. But you didn't expect that this early in the stream, did you?
Yeah, get ahead of it.
I'm going to grab all this. Actually, I'm going to scoot it over here, make it a little bit easy to work on. All right, so here we have, we come out 45, and then we go up something. Wait a minute, where's my vertical? Let's see. Oh, right here, 11 down. So here's what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to come right here. This is 8 over. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to draw a line over 8. And then I'm going to go down this 11. I'm going to take that straight out 45. I'm just going to drop it all the way to the ground because that's where it goes to. Bring it back and bring it up. Now, because I drew that edge, I did get an extra edge here, which I'm just going to erase. That is a spot where I could have come in here and I could have gone, okay, pull this down 11. I could have done that with a guide and then erase the guide afterwards. That's an option. One could do that. So to put this round portion right here, to have a radius of 32, so that should be half of this. If I go to the middle here and pull this down, it is 32 right there. So I'm just going to grab a circle. I'm going to go to the middle. I'm going to put 48 in for my sides. And like I said, they'll all be that. And I'll pull that up like that. And there we go. So now I know that that's the same size. And then I have a circle in the middle that has a outer of 25. So that's 12 and a half. So I'm going to go to the middle here, pull that up, 12.5. All right, and there, now I got all of my edges I need for that. So I'm just going to go like that, get rid of that. And now, since there's 2 of these, I'm going to assume that they're the same on both sides. So I'm going to draw a line here, 8, and then I'll grab this, and I will move it from here to here. I moved it when it was 2D, just because that's easier. Now that I have this, it's 19 thick, so I can grab this one, push this through 19, push this through 19. All right, and we are almost there. The only thing we got left is this little thing. I don't know. None of these are real parts, so I don't know that. I mean, I guess you could say flange and screw hole or whatever, but this is a brace. This is a very important brace thing. Okay, so I'm just going to come up here like this. I'm going to come right here and bring the triangle over 28, and then just draw the back like that. And then I can do this a couple different ways. I'm going to pull this over like this, and then I'm going to pull this down like this, and then I'm just going to get rid of some extra geometry and call this one done. So these ones right here, I'm actually going to hit my modifier key to smooth because I don't need those extra edges there or there. And there's only one view of this, and it doesn't specifically show what happens, so we only see that it goes down, but I'm assuming that's it. So I'm going to triple click on that, and I'm going to make it a group, and 1 is done.
Yay, 1 in the bank. Congratulations. Lawrence,
5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes per. It will be wrapped up in 50.
All right.
Lauren says, I retired yesterday and gave my 3D mouse to a colleague. Well, first, congrats on the retirement. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Lawrence.
some
A
work
way to
well worked.
share the love. That's wonderful.
I know, yeah. It's like the best. You didn't know other people were going to get retirement gifts when you retired, but yeah, 3D mouse going around. That's like a passing of the torch.
But now you'll need to get a new one as you model for fun in retirement.
That's true.
That's great. That's really cool. Both parts of that story is fun. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grab the next one. Can't celebrate too long. So I'm gonna come out this way 76, go this way 126. I tend to, when one of these models has a plate like this, I tend to start there. And I think this comes up 13. I think that's related to just habit more than anything. I don't know if there's any specific value to modeling that way. Just kind of what I've always done. I think it has to do with designing houses and a lot of times thinking about building up like a house's foundation, floor, wall, roof, So I think my brain automatically thinks that way. I read a very interesting post on LinkedIn. So this goes up 90 from Josh DeBruin. You remember Joshua, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
We interviewed him at that
3D
thing
Basecamp.
we go to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was talking about how to get better at design. And his thing was, you got to develop a design mind. You got to think about how things go together and how things interact with each other. I thought it was really very interesting. So check that out. If you're on LinkedIn, look up Joshua DeBruin. Great designer. And yeah, a fun little post he made about that. I liked it.
Maybe that means you should push yourself for the next one and model it from the inside out or the top down.
I feel pretty comfortable with my modeling skills. I'm gonna take
you got to
this
try new things and have your design mind, and then you're like, I'm going to keep doing it the same way.
Other people have to do that.
Not the SketchUp guy.
That's right. Y'all came here to see me already. I'm good. No, I'm just kidding. I totally agree with it. I think it is a good way to do it. I agreed with everything he said. Yeah, it was for sure. This is also 13.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a cool thing to think about, like especially coming into this specific set of modeling, to think about like how would you break down a set of geometry you need to model, and when you start thinking about things like a house or something like that, it's a lot more. So if you practice on something like this where you have a little more control, there's a minimal amount you have to end up with at the end. I don't know. I think it's an easier way to start developing those design muscles.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to put these two circles in before I mess with this thing on top. So you can see this is 38 up and then a radius of 16. So I'll go to the middle right here. I will come up, what did I say, 38. And then I will put a new circle in, still 48 sides. So it keeps my last circle size. And that's a radius of 16, so I'll come down 16. There we go. Then I have an outer one that has a circumference of 50. You notice that this is kind of cool. I like when they do this. This one has a radius called out. This one has a circumference called out. So you have to be careful when you're modeling to make sure you pick the right one. Since SketchUp always draws circles by radii, it means I do have to do some quick math and divide 50 in half, which obviously everybody knows is 37. So 25. I know, I'm just kidding. I am trying to always go on an axis with circles. Just a good way to do it. Good thing to practice. That makes it a little bit easier because then you end up with these things called cardinal points on your corners, and it can make it a lot easier to clean up or change your circles if you need to later on. Also, if you lose the center, if I lose that middle point, it's easier to find if I have a point directly above the center right here, as opposed to it being just slightly off. All right, so I, again, only have one view, but I'm assuming this goes all the way through, so I'm just going to pull that through until I snap to the back face. So right there, I'm past it right now. If I come back and see that Z fighting, that means the face I'm pushing and the face I'm pushing to are in the same spot. If I release there, it goes away. and I pull that out 38. Almost done. Then right here, 10 and 10. So I just come here, come over 10, and just drop that straight down. When I do something like this, I get very scared about snapping correct. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will run this long like that, come this way. And in this particular instance, that is probably going to mean some interior geometry I might have to clean up. But I'd rather do that than accidentally snap to a snap point that means these aren't quite straight. So this comes out 38, but that's 38 minus 13. 25?
That sounds right.
All right, there we go.
Regarding the running things long, it sounds like you need to
let's look at
learn some inference locking.
That's probably, yes, I probably
lock
should.
On that blue axis.
There's an opportunity to learn. So here's what I'm talking about with this. So I'm going to do this in X-ray real quick. So if I come down here and I start running down, that looks pretty close to vertical, but I'm actually hitting an endpoint right there. If I hit the up arrow, like Matt's saying, to inference lock, then this is much closer, right? So there I go. Now I know the blue line tells me I'm going vertical. The rectangle right there shows that, or the square spot shows that I'm on edge. So that would actually be a perfect line. This running it long ended up creating geometries floating inside that I got to come back and erase. So yes, you're absolutely right. That's probably the better, that is the better way to do it.
They're both valid, as long as you're okay with some cleanup after.
Yeah, and that's, it's one of the things we've talked about on here before is like where everybody models with they just do certain things that they've found to help themselves make things easier. And some people, for me, it's real quick to stay in the drawing mode and keep drawing stuff and then come back with an eraser real quick and swipe at extra geometry. That makes more sense to me than spending a bunch of time creating, it takes me out of the flow to stop snapping, I guess. I gotta be clicking. I gotta click.
Yeah, keep it loose and click away.
That's right. All right. So for these screw holes, I'm going to use guides. So I'm going to grab my tape measure and pull one from the front, 25. So I'm going to go this way, 25, enter. And then from the edges, they're 19 in. Excuse me.
Bless you.
1-9. Come this way. 1-9. So now I have these spots right where the centers of these two circles are. The circles have an outside of 14, so that's 7 radius. So I'm just going to say circle here to here, 7. This is another spot. You could grab this and move it from here to here. If I was already in circle, though, my quick thing would be to click here and then come out and let it snap to the same dimension as the last one. So for me, that's a quicker method of input than copying. Now, if there were 6 of them, then it would make sense to turn on snap and go. Sound effects don't come with SketchUp. That was all me. All
well, they do if you have Sketchoids.
That's
Anybody
right.
subscribed to our YouTube channel and saw a recent video that Aaron made on an extension that you can play asteroids inside SketchUp that has sound effects.
Yeah. Not many extensions out there with explosion sound effects.
Should be more,
which I guess
honestly.
I get.
I wish I could set, like, when I explode a group, give me an explode sound effect. Like I want to feel it,
I feel like you should talk to somebody about that because I feel like you can't be the only one using SketchUp who wants that.
Yeah, 100%. Every time I push pull, it's like whoop.
I love it. Sketchy sounds. You got a little bit of clout there when it comes to sound effects in SketchUp. So maybe you can leverage that. The SketchUp sound guy.
Yeah. Well, we got rid of the sounds because people didn't like it, but
well, there's that.
Maybe they'll come back without your consent, without the viewer's consent. We're just gonna.
That's true. Sorry, guys.
Just gonna roll with the sounds. No.
All right. So I have this. This happens a lot where I have these little support kind of geometry without really explaining how this square ramp ties into this round circle. So what I'm just doing is I put it the right width And then I just had it run in square, and then we'll grab this front piece right here, drop it straight down, and then be done with that piece. Be done with you. All right, right click, make group, 10 minutes.
2. Number 2.
All right. Save. And I'm saving. All right.
A new leaf. Everyone in the chat is hoping that you're going to break out guides sometime. So
I used guides. I'm saving. I'm not going to you guys are going to have nothing to complain about soon. Wow, that was rude. I'm sorry. No, I love y'all. I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me. All right, let's look at this thing right here.
The teapot.
It is kind of a teapot. I mean, it's like a yeah, it's got teapot vibes. The one thing that it does not have is an overall width. I have the width to the outside of these little bump outs, but I don't have the width to the main circle. Hold up. Okay, here, this probably works. So here we have a radius of 82. So that 82 is this, and assuming this comes down to where it comes to vertical, that should be my width of this main circle. So I'm going to operate under that assumption. So I'm going to put a circle in here with an 82 radius. Ooh, this is bigger than the image. Like that. And then if I look at my overall dimensions, nope, I don't get that either. All right, so assuming this circle falls in line with this circle, that means that middle point is how far it comes straight up. So that's 66. So I can bring this up 66. And then what we could do is I can go find the inference the center, draw a line up like that. And then I can actually just take that one, go like this, bring that, a copy of that vertical. And then at that point, I could use the arc that I never use, which is arc, to go like that. And then that should have 12. Just make sure 12 is the default. Yeah. So then I could take this, follow me with this, and that should be the body there. That little, this is the line at 66. That should be it. I'm gonna triple click, soften and smooth that thing. Oh yeah, looking good.
Nice. Stefan asks if this video will be available later. Yes. At the same link that you're watching it on now, you can come back later and watch the record of the stream. So yeah, do that. And if you look on our YouTube channel under our live playlists, all the old streams are up there too. So you can watch those back.
Yeah, we had a lot of people who rewatch this stuff. In fact, some of our most popular videos on YouTube are live streams, which kind of boggles my mind. I don't know who's doing that.
You got to see the whole, you got to see the whole process.
Boy, thanks, I guess. I don't know. All right. Let's look at getting these little flat pieces cut out. I'm going to triple click and make this a group temporarily because I want to get some cutters. I want to use solid. This is a solid currently. So I want to get a couple cutters to sit in here, or actually just one piece that comes down, slides in, and then cuts everything out. This cutter, I'm going to model the negative space right now. It's going to be 144 wide. I'm getting right there. This one right here. It's going to come down some amount, doesn't really matter. And then what I can do is, you have to follow with me for a second, right? Because I'm gonna do something and then unveil what it is I think I'm doing at some point in the future. So I'm gonna make a Tron recognizer like that. Anybody see the new Tron movie? Just curious. We've talked about Tron on here before, so I just wanted to ask.
I have not, but if anybody in the chat has, let us know.
I did, so I'm wondering if anybody else was there with me. All right, so I'm going to see where that's at. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll get it lined up horizontally. So this way, I'm going to lock that in and then try to inference the center. So I'm going to come in here. I have lost my midpoint. Yep, that happens sometimes. A couple things I can do because I have a dome up here. If I go to view and I say show hidden geometry, I have a very clear snapping point right there, and that puts me right in the middle. So that should be in the center. It's not centered this way, but it's centered this way, which is important. That piece is 26 off the ground, so I'm going to click here. I'm going to go vertical, 26, and then I'm going to give it some depth. Pull it this way, pull it this. Hold up now. This way. There we go. So now that's solid. I'm going to make it a solid. Triple click, make group. It should say it's a solid. Perfect. Let's get our hidden stuff off. So to subtract out those pieces, so any place this overlaps, that little chunk there and that little chunk there, I want to get rid of those. So what I'm going to do is pick my cutter, tools, solid tools, subtract from this solid, and there we go. Boom. Just that quick, just that easy. Saved.
Nice. We got a couple Tron folks. Johnny 5 saw it, liked it. Colin saw it in IMAX 3D, says it's very good.
It was fun. I did not see it in IMAX or 3D. That sounds like a blast. I thought it was good. I mean, I know Jared Leto's a polarizing individual, and people have strong opinions of him. But I will say, as a fan of the original Tron, it was just a good time. It was a fun movie. So, and on the big screen, doubly so. And I don't know if people are talking about it much, but the soundtrack by Nine Inch Nails was really, really cool. They went hard into the 80s synth sound, and it was pretty good.
Nice.
All right. So we got a thing that's kind of a weird thing here. We have circles with 58 circumference. So that would be 25 plus 429.
Or diameter, rather.
Diameter. Yeah, why do I keep saying circumference? Wrong word, dude. All right. So what I want is right here where this goes up straight and then starts to curve. This should be 40 off the ground. Don't have the dimension, so let's assume it's right. Oh, 66, yeah, so 40 plus 26 is 66. It's in the right spot. I'm going to grab a guide and pull a guide up to that point. This is the middle of my circle. So the middle of my circle, which is, like I said, half of 58. Make sure that's not 6. So I'm going to go circle. Find the middle here, inference, pull that straight up to here, and then I can go 29, enter. Now, this is not, oh, I forgot to better explode that. Come on out. All right, that gives me a circle. Now, this right here is not actually a full half a circle. You can see that there, right? The half circle is probably somewhere back here, but it does come out a specific amount. And that specific amount is 184. So I'm going to go, again, hidden. Here's show hidden. So I'm going to come right to this point, which I know is in the middle. I'm going to come out half of 184. So half is 92. Notice how I say things like that and move real quick before anybody can correct me?
But you said it like this, 92?
That's right. Could be. You guys buy that? All right. And then I'm going to draw an edge from here down. So I'm going to go vertically down to this height. So this circle should come out to this point right here. So if I take that back like this, this is where I want that. That's that arc. So you can see it's not even, so it's not a perfect half circle. So here's how I would go about this. I would grab my normal 2-point arc, go from here to straight across, and then pull that out to here, and that is my half of this shape. So I'm going to click here, again with the follow me, with this, and that gives me that proper thing. So that comes out the right amount. It's not a half a circle. It is instead just whatever this is. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, oops, I hit undo instead of, I hit undo again. There we go. Grab that now. I want to put that on the other side. So we'll say mirror that. And I'm going to toggle the hidden back on again. I use hidden geometry a lot when I do domes and that kind of stuff. So we're coming back to this point, and that'll give me one on either side. Those are done. All right, we're 10 minutes, so I got to wrap this up. Let's go.
Yeah, it's good having hidden geometry as a shortcut, because then you can select the whole dome and then get the inference point with the hidden. And then, yeah.
That's right. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to model this handle on the ground and then bring it in and intersect it. So if I start right here, this is some amount, right? It comes out 48 from the edge, but I'm just going to draw something like this. And then it comes up 100. And then I'm just going to take it back in like this. So I'm just getting the outside of the shape right here is what I'm really looking for. This is a radius of 30. Here, let's do this. Let's take this down here so there's not so much stuff in the way. So I'm going to draw an edge. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go arc, click here to here, and then select it, and then tell it I actually want it to be 30. Enter, and then arc. We'll do the same thing here. Here to here. All I really want is it to be tangent. So turn purple, select it, or double click, 30, enter. So now I have that outside bit. This is 24. So in theory, I should be able to do this. Draw a line like that, grab that, except for that, offset that by 24. And then we can double check this. They gave us the radius of 6. So if I pick this circle, 6. Ooh, you know, sometimes everything works out right, and it's exactly what I'm expecting.
Yeah, who said you can't do math?
Oh, I got a list of teachers that'll validate that. Yeah.
Well, look at you now.
Pull that up 64. I'm gonna triple click, soften that. And then I'm gonna do a couple things here. One is I'm gonna triple click this and make it a group. That's gonna make it easier to rotate it 90 degrees. I wanna get to this same view I have right here. To do that with this, I'll triple click this too, make it a group. And then same thing, we'll rotate it vertical like this. I'm going to bring it up to the bottom of this piece. And then we got to inference it so it's in the center. So I can get the center here quick enough. But again, to get the center of this, I'm going to have to toggle on my show hidden and then use that right there like that. All right, so we're pretty close. The last thing I want to do here is we got to move it vertically. So vertically, it is at something off the ground. Oh, 18. So 118 minus 100 is 18. So if I move this vertically, 18, that's where it needs to be. Start sliding it on backwards. It's going to sit somewhere over here. Where over here? Well, I'm glad I asked. It's going to be 48 off of the edge. So if I come in here, this is kind of cool. Because I drew this on axis, I can actually see the edges that make up the circle. And I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since this is centered, that means this point is the furthest outside point. And I could take from that point over 48. And I know now if I move this piece horizontally so it hits that point, now it's in the exact right spot. And again, let's see, solid group, love it. We'll grab both of these, go to tools, outer shell, boom. There we go. We got one big solid group. Last two things on here. Let's do the top first. That seems easier. What do we got here? We got a little thing, 36. So I could draw, sorry, here. We'll just draw this top down. We'll put a circle right here of half of 36, which is 15, 18, of course.
Bill earlier suggests you could type in, when you do the radius, you can type in like 36/2.
/2.
And then
yeah, I could put the number of halves. That is a great point. Thank you, Bill. I still have a middle point here. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to go straight up 18. Draw another circle here of the amount of half of 92. So yeah, I could do 92 halves. And there we go. All right, so from there, I'm going to draw an edge over to here just for my own reference. I'm going to take that straight up till it hits. Draw another edge out here for my own reference. So this is the arc I now want to put in. So I can, whoop, I got rid of a picture in back. That's not good.
Trying to take shortcuts over here.
Arc from here to here, and then I want to bring it back along this right here. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna snap at vertex and see what that comes out to. That comes to 30. And what did they say? 52. Oh, because it's not symmetric. If I put in 52, what's going to happen? Oh, I didn't put it in. 52. Well, that's not going to work. Oh, so it's non-tangential here. See that? So it comes out right like that. So because I snapped it as tangent, I'm never going to get that to work. So what I'll do instead is I will just put an arc from here to here, make sure I'm on the line here, then I'll grab it and push it back to 52. And then I can just take this circle, follow me with this. It's going to give me a weird thing going on up here. If I want to close that up, all I have to do is connect to, whoops, I missed it. Actually, I could just do that.
Oh.
Get rid of this. Uh-oh. Undo. So this broke during that follow me. To get it all, I'm just going to triple click or double click and then shift click to get rid of that. So you have just the circle and delete that. And then I'm going to right click, orient faces. That should get all white. And then right triple click and soften. There we go. I'm going to triple click that, make it a group. All right, so now what I can do, this is kind of cool because I should be able to, let's see how, oh, you know what we'll do? Go vertical.
Oh, not yet, but I'm excited to see.
No, you don't. Watch this. So when I go to move, see my corner dots right there? I can toggle those. Oh, never mind. I got an easy snap point at the bottom. It kept my circle. Click right there. And then again, flip on show hidden. And click right there. That vertical dimension of 18 was from the point that it hit in the center. So it's right now. So all I have to do is come in here, push, pull this down so it hits my face or goes past. So if I go past, then I can just use solid tools again to clean it up. But if I click this, it says it's a group and not a solid group. I'm guessing if I hide this face real quick, there's another, yep, there it is. This mesh right here shouldn't be here. There we go. Select this, unhide it. We should be solid group now. Solid group. Select these two tools, outer shell. Save.
Nice. When you were talking about that arc earlier, you said it was non-tangential. Marty said, sometimes I've been accused of being non-tangential.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Nope. And also we have a comment.
Who's got the energy to be tangential all the time?
That's true. You got to, stray away from the line occasionally. We also have a comment. Love SketchUp. Greetings to the USA SketchUp team from Germany. And greetings to you. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for coming by, Germany.
Yeah, happy to have you here.
All right. So I got to do a couple things here. I got to catch up. I'm almost 20 minutes in on this model. I gotta speed it. All right. You guys, honestly, I downloaded a bunch of these, and some of these are like probably a good 40-minute model. So if we don't get to all of them this time, we'll get done, and then we'll have you guys tell us what to do. If we should come back and model more, if you're just good and satiated by the time we're finished. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw an edge. I want this edge to be 82 plus 52. See that? So that dimension 82 is from here to here. And then 52 is that additional dimension from here to here. So that's 134 if I am not mistaken. So I'm going to draw a horizontal edge. It's 134. Now, that is 35 degrees. So let's grab that edge, rotate it, stay on axis, And I'm going to rotate that up. I already forgot what I said. 35. 35, enter. All right. Now I'm going to take that piece and I'm going to scoot it from here horizontally to the middle. I want it to be right in the middle of this. There are a couple ways I could inference that. I could inference the easy one would probably be this line right here. And that puts that circle not circle. It puts that edge right where it should be. Now, pretty simple here. I got a 52.
Starts with a D.
Not radii, not circumference, the other one.
Diameter.
Diameter. Why? Why? Of all the... Anyhow, I'm going to save again just to make myself look good.
Just call it a double radius.
Radius times 2. Diameter right there. Now, this can be tricky, right? Because what I want to do is I want to draw a circle that's perpendicular to this edge. But I don't have a simple way to do that. I don't... There's not like a snap to perpendicular to line thing. But what I do have the ability to do is draw an edge that is perpendicular to that line. So that is 90 degrees. And if I draw 2 of those, try to go this way, I can create a face right here. And that face is now perpendicular to that edge. So now I can come in here with a circle, inference off that face, hold down shift to lock it, and come right here, and then we just pull that straight out. Again, I'm going to stay on axis as much as possible. 26, enter, and there we go. I take that, bring it inside, again, triple click, make it a group, solid group, solid group. One more time, push, pull. That was not
for good
the
measure.
Sorry, in my brain, I'm like, diameter, don't forget. And apparently that took over. All right,
Yeah.
And there we go. With that, we have our cool little teapot model.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Fun
I think you can
one.
use the pi tool for that perpendicular circle thing too. If you've never used that before, because you can click and drag to set the center of rotation.
I like that because you can do it with rotate. You can grab and drag. But yeah, let's next time we hit that, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got to make up time. So I'm wondering. I think I can model this whole thing in 2 minutes if I don't talk. I think so. I'm going to challenge myself. This is a fairly simple model. Just my thinking up front. We got a plate with 4 holes. Push, pull that up. Make it a group. Then we got this T shape. It's turned 45 degrees. I can model that, turn it, line it up, boom. So that's my theory. I think I can do this in 2 minutes. So I'm gonna need you to time me a little bit, Matt. I know I didn't talk about.
Okay, I've got a timer.
Okay.
I've got a timer ready. It's just on my phone. We don't have a way to do it on the screen, but
that's okay. You guys all trust Matt,
fill
right?
some time.
He's the honest one.
Hey, I got the proof here.
That's right. Okay, so you give me a go, and I'll see if I can do this in 2 minutes.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3.
All right, 125. It comes down.
Clock's running. You can see it in the chat. Here we go.
Right, from here to here, and then I got to knock my corners off. My corners are 10. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a line down 10. All right, I'm gonna double click. I'm gonna get rid of my circles first, which should line up the same spot. So I should be able to say circle, inference off of this there, and then that is 11. So that's 5.5. All right, and then I'll take that, inference that down here. Take both of these, inference that across from here. There.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining.
All right, the tough part's done. That comes up 12. And now I'm going to draw a rectangle that is 75 by 12. Maybe if I learned to use the rectangle tool instead of always drawing every single edge. That's 75. Oh, there's holes in this. I didn't realize there was holes in this. So much talking. 75.
30 seconds.
Up to the middle point.
Beep.
And
Beep.
down.
Beep.
That goes this way,
Beep.
6. Comes this way, 6. Get rid of that. Whoops, I forgot to group that. It's all falling apart. Group. Turn that this way, 45. And that point is 59 and 3. So if I come here, 59. And I come. Oh!
That's all right. Maybe make it 3 minutes instead.
Okay, we'll see if that works. So that's this point right here. And I take that, put that from here to here, clean up the floor. Oops, that wasn't, I didn't
mop it up.
That's close. There we go. Bring this all up. All right, and then I straight up did not even notice that there were circles on here. So, yeah, let's come in here and then come over half of 56, which would be 28. There we go. And then that's up from the bottom, 67. So if I come down, that's where that circle goes. I'm assuming it's the same. This direction. Oh, that's solid.
Stray edge.
That's for solid inspector to figure out. Solid inspector. Oh, no. Okay. Come in here, turn X-ray. Some extra crap in here. That one's good. This one. All right. Solid group, solid. Still not solid. What's your deal, man? Oh, I don't think there's a face on the bottom.
Oh, that would do it.
There we go. All right. 3 minutes. Dang.
That was like 3:55.
Oh, it's 4. It's twice as long.
Still pretty good. When the pressure's on, it's hard to make the accurate lines.
Well, the first thing I said is I wasn't going to talk through the whole thing, and then I immediately just started saying every step I was doing. That was the whole point. Oh.
Yeah, well, it's ingrained in your, your blood from being on every stream every Friday for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Whew. All right, got 4 out of 5. Well, you know what? If I can do this next one in 7 min, no, I can't. This is not a 7-minute model.
Somebody earlier did say move on to the more advanced ones, like they'd rather see the more complex ones versus.
All right, let's do a quick poll, and we can just do this. This is just a grassroots, or no, it's not grassroots. Is a real thing. This is just a quick poll. We'll take 30 seconds. Right here is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let me get them on the page. What do you guys think? What should we hit next? Got 5 here, which is kind of a cool looking piece. 6 looks like a truck off of will be a very rigid truck off of a skateboard. I don't know what this is. 8, we got this platey looking thing. 9's this circular mounting deal. And then over here, number 10, we got a curved pipe piece. So throw a number out or two, and yeah, we'll choose which one we hit next. My preference, I've been looking forward to this plate, which it's funny when I pasted this or where I put these pictures up onto the forum, this was the one that Dave R went after and modeled, which I thought was interesting because I'm like, that's the same one I would have gone after. I like this one. I like the round corners. I think this is a cool looking one. So I probably would have done the same. Got several votes for 10. Looks like we're going 10.
10, 10, 10, 5. But yeah,
All right.
10 it is.
We'll do 10, then 5 in that case. You guys have specific idea? Wow, a lot of 10. You know, because 10 looks like the most difficult and most likely for me to fail. I think that's what I'm hearing.
Crash and burn.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's do it. Let's do just that. I don't want to. Okay, so this is hollow. This is nuts. This is stupid. Why did I pick this? So what we have here is a plate with a little recess in it. And then that goes up. And it's not just a simple tube that's open all the way. It actually changes shape multiple times. It changes width. It comes up here this wide. Then it goes to this wide. Then it goes to narrow. Then it goes wider and then wider again. So basically what I'm seeing here, here's the way I'm thinking about modeling this. I think I'm going to model it as two pieces. I'm going to model the void and I'm going to model the not void. I'm going to model the inside and the outside as two separate pieces because I think what will happen here is I'll do a follow me. This is 35 and this is, what's this? That's 35. Is that the same? If it's 4 here, yeah, so it's the same. So I'll have a 35. I'll draw this arc or this path right here. I'll do a follow me of the 35. I'll do a follow me of the 30. I'll do a follow me of whatever dimension this turns out to be, and a follow me of this small piece. So if I do that, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4 different pipe shapes coming across. And then what I can do is just start working my way down and chopping them and connecting them one at a time. I think that's how I'll do it. Actually, I don't have to do that. I only have to do that with these three. This one will just be a push-pull, widen it, push-pull, widen it, come up to here where this angle starts, and then the rest will be follow me's. So that's my thought. I almost want to tackle the interior before the exterior just because I'm not 100% sure what I'm even doing there. So let's do that.
Cool. We just had a couple questions here. Salim on LinkedIn asked, or on Facebook, pardon me, how do you navigate so smoothly? Is it a joystick? So that's a 3D mouse. This is a Space Mouse from 3D Connection, which is a company that makes that. It's not, necessary to use SketchUp, but just makes your movement a little more fluid and gives you a couple more options to, navigate and select tools at the same time. So, yeah, if you're looking to get your modeling to the next level, a 3D mouse is a good place to do that. We also had a question about how did you get these images in here? Did you import them as PDFs?
I did skip that step. They are all screen grabs. So every one of these was just copied. I just did a print screen and grabbed a section of my screen. So they're all, I believe, JPEGs or PNGs or something like that. I can actually tell you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, they're all just PNGs. So I just grabbed them. I dropped them on. They're not to scale. That's why I'm not actually pulling any dimensions off the screen. They're not PDFs or anything like that. So yeah, nope, kept it as simple as I possibly could.
Nice.
All right, so I need to know, oh, right here. That's 66? 66, okay. So half of 66 is 33 minus 4 is 29. So if I put another circle from the middle here, a radius of 29, and then that is 40 minus 4 and 4 for the wall width would be 40 minus 8. All right, so that's these two pieces. And look, that doesn't quite look right. What did I do? That's 32, which is 40 minus 4 minus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Outside here, it says is 66. 66. Minus 8 is 58.
What radius did you do for the bottom?
I used I might have done 45. That's when you're doing your 3D mouse
Spiel.
infomercial. I did not want to interrupt. I did 45. It's not 45. It's 45 minus 8. So that's the problem. This is off. So I'm going to draw a new circle. Actually, I can just take this circle right here, and I can say offset and offset it by 4. I'll bring it 4 on either side, and then I can push-pull that up. Oh, boy. Clean that up. Connect that back up like that. Get rid of all this. That looks closer. That looks better. Okay, cool. Now, what I got to do is I got to figure out this right here. So I got to figure out where this path is. So I'm going to draw this totally separate from this. I'm going to triple click, make this a group, and then I want to draw just this path. So this path, you can see here, 50 plus 70, that's 120. Whoa, hey, big guy. All right, let's bring you over here. And then there's more of that is at a... Wait, what's going on here? 36 degrees off of what? Okay. Oh, here, 72. Okay, so if I draw this line now at 72, and I select it, and I rotate it 36. Y'all believe that? I don't know if I believe that. No. At least not lining up with that picture. Oh, it's 36 from this direction, so it's 90 minus 36. Is that right? Let's do this. 72. Take that out. 36. Is that right? That looks right.
No.
All right. And then we have...
Aaron asked a question about what kind of image files can you import. So you can import a bunch of different kinds of image files. I would just look it up or, check out in SketchUp to see what you can import. I mean, Aaron could have imported this as a PDF because he's on the Mac version. But yeah, there's a lot of different ones. So if it existed.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
All right, I'll put my 32 radius arc on there. Get rid of those. And then that is my path I need to follow. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to weld it to make a single edge. Yeah, I can't remember. Last time I counted, there's something like 15 different file types you can import into SketchUp. PNG is just happen to be what my computer creates when I do a screenshot. So that's the only reason that I used that.
I'm just looking at it now. I didn't know you could import Photoshop files.
That's why you got to go look it up. That's why I never listen to us ever, because
yeah, we'll just say
wrong.
A bunch of them. Don't trust me. I'm just a SketchUp.
That's right. I'm trying to keep on top of this stuff. Okay, so let's see. I can work my way back. So here, my 35 goes back to here. And that's 35. Okay, so let's start with that. Let's try that pi thing that Matt was just talking about. Who likes pi? All right, we're gonna come in here, grab our pi arc, and
pumpkin pie season.
What we're
Love a pumpkin pie.
saying is if I drag from here up to here, whoop, I did the other way. Sorry. Start from here and drag down to here. That snaps that to. Oh, look at that! Oh, man. I love
and then
learning
you just draw a
things.
full circle with the pie.
So now I got to just set the length, right? Because I got a half of 35 is 15, 16, 17 and a half. So 17.5. And then whoop. Whoop. I said whoop. There we go. That's pretty low quality, so I should be able to select that and say make that 48 like the rest. Oh man, I like when things just work.
Look at all the different workflows being showcased on this episode of SketchUp Live. You guys are here for it.
Aaron learned a thing. All right. Now what I got to do is I got to figure out how to pull this back. So some of this, I admit, some of this is 3D modeling. Some of this is learning to use or to work with model or with information. So I don't have all the info I need here. That's kind of frustrating, but I'm gonna see what I can do. I do want to make sure I keep this geometry separate because I want to use this exact same footprint for follow me. So I'm going to make it its own group. That way I won't accidentally merge it with geometry or something like that. So here's where my question is, and maybe you smart guys out there can figure this out. When I look at this interior path, I don't know how wide this is, but it comes up and it says it's at radius of 32. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that's off of this. So if I was to extend this out and bring that up, that's where the 32 would hit that. And then that goes for another 36 degrees to where this turns into a 90. Does that sound right? Because I think if so, what that means, if I come this way and draw an edge like this, and then I grab this edge and I rotate a copy of it. Oh, but it's got to be. See where I'm struggling, you guys? I know y'all are smarter than me. That's why I'm asking for help. So 72. Oh, let's see. Is this edge right here? Like this, and just inference. Again, I'm not pulling dimensions. I'm just drawing some lines to see. Okay, so that looks like it does hit in the center. So 72 back from the end. If I was to go here and come back this way, 72, and draw. That would be, oh, out of plane.
Whoa.
Let's try that again. Oh boy, that would be that point right there. Would be 72 back. Which I don't really know what that gives me. So
Yeah, I'm glad you're in the driver's seat for this one because I'm kind of lost.
I am so lost. I'm so lost, guys. All right. So I'm going to draw some. Okay, so right here, this is 30. So what I should be able to do, if I draw an edge right here, perpendicular to this edge, I'm drawing some line soup, but I think this is going to be okay because then I will use my pi tool again, pi arc. Oh, and actually at this point, it's not perpendicular to that. It's perpendicular to this. And then that is 30, so it's 15. So my radius would be 15, so I'll go this way. 1, 5, enter. Oh, and I just escaped right out of that. All right, let's try this one more time. Again, one more time. All right, so, all right, we're gonna start right here. And this is perpendicular to this path right here. So I'm gonna just pull it up the path like that. And then I'm gonna go on axis green 15. And then draw my circle around. Snap. Snap. Why are you being difficult like this?
Well, the pi worked once.
That's all I get. Oh my goodness.
It's like too close to the green axis. It wants to like snap to that or something.
I thought I was on the green axis. I was just off the green axis. Third tries charm, as they say. All right, green axis, 15. Circle goes around, snaps. There we go. All right,
Yay.
grab that. That goes to 48 sides. All right. So now that comes up to 36 degrees.
Johnny says, if you could only draw a curve with a segment of 36 degrees, like a circle with 360 segments. And then he says, just divide the arc into 36 segments in the entity info. Keggy says you're off axis.
I think you're all right. I just don't know what to do about any of it.
Yeah.
So, right, see, because that looks, I would believe that is this.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it could be. So I feel like I got to do a follow me up until it becomes perpendicular. So here's what I'm going to try. Get rid of these. I'm going to say follow me. But I have to explode this temporarily. Copy that just in case this goes horribly wrong. All right, so I'm going to say follow me. Oh, settle down. Settle down. Right, well, if we break this right here, break it again. Right here, I don't know.
Yeah, give it a shot. We're getting somewhere.
All right, is another question, is that parallel to this? Not quite. Ooh, so close. All right, so here's the problem is I don't know how to actually get to where I'm trying to go. So I'm just going to run it long. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're going to do. Everybody relax. Just relax. Relax! I'm going to weld that. And we're going to follow me with this. So I went long, but that's okay. Then I'm just going to...
So now is it parallel to that end one?
It should be. So if I pull this through like this, yeah, we got parallelity.
Okay.
So if I pull that back to where it doesn't go anymore, that should be where that arc is. Now if I pull this to that face,
look at that.
I think everything is working. Now I think all I have to do, oh, by the way, I should probably paste that over there for next time. Now I think what I need to figure out is how wide this is, because I don't seem to have that anywhere. Circle.
There's so many numbers on here. There's got to be a couple of them that you can.
I know, right? Let's say that edge looks awful close to that edge. So it looks like the same size. And this is 20 minus 8, so this is 12. So I'm gonna just make it 12. I don't. We could spend a bunch more time on here, but
yeah, Lee said 12. Bill, 12 as well.
Yes, I like when you guys agree with my thoughts and my maths.
Oh yeah, they said look at the bottom. Diameter is 12. Look at the bottom.
Oh, right there. All right, good deal. All right, well, all right, there we go. All right, so I think with that, we've created most of the interior of that outer pipe. I'm going to grab all of, oops, I'm going to explode that. Grab all of that, slide it over here to get rid of the stuff on the inside, and then I want to triple click and make that group again and see if that's solid. It's not solid. So we got an outside face here. That's probably part of it. Reverse face is there. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's another outside face. Reverse face. Still not solid. All right, so we'll run solid inspector. There's two internal faces. They're fixed. All right. So now we have a solid there. So that means I can come back and model most of the rest of this from the outside, overlap them properly, and I should be in good shape.
Boom.
Should be. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. All right. Let's start. Let's get this plate in here real quick. Oh, there we go. So this is going this direction. So we'll come up like this. 140. We'll come across 66. Dang, I still can't use that rectangle tool. I did on the first one. You guys notice that first plate? I killed it. I made this box with the rectangle tool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I used it all up. All I had.
Whenever I use rectangle, I always put the wrong dimension first. You know what I mean? I always switch it up.
So when my solution to that, I'm not saying this is the best, but
just avoid it altogether.
Yeah, apparently just draw two edges and connect them. What I tend to do is if I start in with the rectangle tool, I will greatly exaggerate. So then I can look down my dimensions at the top and go, okay, that says 46 by 222, so this is the long way. Because yeah, every time I guess, I draw it backwards.
Mm-hmm. It's like plugging in a USB.
All right, let's. Yeah. How can a USB have two sides, but it's always the third time you flip it that it's right? Explain that to me. All right, so this is a 9. I'm going to put this circle in, and then we'll do this additional piece afterwards. So I'm going to come in here with a circle, inference to the corner here, perfect. It's 9, so that's 4.5. And then what I was doing on the other one, grab that, and I'm going to inference off of this to here. Grab both of them, inference off of this to here. So I didn't have to use any guides, and I was still able to get all of those in.
That's your dream.
Here's another time saver. Rather than deleting those faces, I could just go like this. Option to make a copy of this over here and get rid of this. Again, what's quicker? Really depends on what you like to do. So people are talking about mouses. I do have, this is my other mouse. This is a Logitech MX, and it has over here thumb buttons. So you can see these two right here, these two little buttons, and then this pad down here is another button. And that pad so I have 2 commands here, 1 command here, and if I hold this down and gesture up, down, left, or right, I have 4 more commands. So I have 7 commands on my thumb over here. So I tend to create workflows that allow me to use those commands over others. So if I just tap the forward button right there where my thumb is, I go to draw. If I hit this one back here, that's erase. So I tend to do workflows that maybe some people go, oh, that's repetitive or redundant. Why are you doing that? Because for me, with the way my shortcuts are mapped on my mouse, it's quicker for me to hop in and out of draw and erase rather than go to select and pick something and then go hit the delete button and come back. It's easier for me to quickly use just the erase key or something like that. So
is that because your other hand is on the 3D mouse versus being on the keyboard?
Exactly. That's one of the sacrifices you make with a 3D mouse is rather than modeling like this, which is how, like if you remember Tyson would model, he had all of his shortcut keys on this half of the keyboard. Everything was right here. So he had modifier keys. He wouldn't, so, a normal thing like P, push, pull, he had something like A because it was closest to where his left hand was, which I get. But it's why he never wanted to show his shortcut keys on screen because they were so far away from what the defaults are. With me, because my hand ends up over in the 3D mouse, I have a handful of commands that are mapped to these buttons or some of these buttons or something like that. But a lot of them, like I said, the 7 I use most are on here, and that is the workflow that I've created. One of the beautiful things we always talk about with SketchUp is you have so many options on how you want to create stuff. So yeah, a lot of flexibility depending on your workflow. All right, I'm going to take that. I'm going to push that up 16. And now I got to cut this little in here. So it's 70, and then the edges angle at 45. So there's a couple ways I could do this. What I'd probably do is I'll find the middle. There's the middle. And then how deep is that? That is 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up 3. And then I'm going to come over half of 70, which of course is 35. And now what I need is I need a line that's 45 degrees. It doesn't tell me what that dimension is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this bottom edge right here and rotate a copy of it to 45 degrees. Get rid of these extra edges, get rid of that. And there we go. That's half of my recess. I'll take that. We'll mirror that option. Oops, grab the wrong one. There we go. To there. Then get rid of this piece and push that all the way through. And there we go. That's cut out now.
Nice.
Last thing, I'm just do these circles real quick while I'm here. If I go to circle and I kind of hover over this, I should get that middle point. There we go. Hit up. And then this is 15. So half of 15 is 7.5. And then I could do that again and again, but instead I'm going to grab this piece. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did before. Copy this over to here. Grab both of these. And I'm grabbing the circle and not the face. You guys notice that. Option copy that straight down to this corner. Boom. And now I can just push that down 5. I'll grab one of them, push it down 5. And now I can just double click on the other faces. And with that, my base plate is done. So I'm going to triple click, clean it up real quick with soft and smooth. And then I'm going to make it a group just to isolate the geometry for the time being. Now, I don't understand what this is. Oh, that's the little alcove inside. Okay. So if I take this, I actually ran this dimension from all the way to the base. So I would want to take this all the way down here. And then we'll scoot it over. Let's see, where's a good middle piece? Oh, there we go. There's the middle. Take that this way to there. All right, so I have a solid group and a solid group. So the first thing I could do is I could actually select this group as the cutter, go to Tools, Solid Tools, and trim this. So that way, trim is the same as subtract, but trim holds onto the cutter afterwards. Now, I'm ready to start building my outside. So what I think I will do is I will build this in 2 pieces. 3 pieces. One piece is going to be this piece of pipe that comes up and curves. One's going to be this nut shape out here. And the third piece is going to be this little piece, this hollow piece that kind of comes through here. So I'm going to create those 3 pieces real quick-ish.
Yeah, real quick. My son started saying real quick.
Oh,
like
yeah.
last night when I was putting him to bed, he was like, I want to watch spiders real quick. Like the last thing he said before I walked out of the room. He watches like a video that has spiders in it. I want to watch spiders real quick.
Never give up. Do it. Just, yeah, keep after it.
I'm like, nope, it's bedtime, bud.
But I said real quick, Dad. You're not listening to me. That's awesome. All right, so the outside of here is 45. So I'm going to just come right here. I have this face to inference off of, so I'm going to come here, create 45, which is what? 22.5. And then what I can do is I can inference that path. I'm going to do this. I'm going to temporarily hide these 2 because I just want to work with these real quick. I'm going to do the same thing I did before. No, here's what we'll do. I'll grab that and make it a group now. And then I can explode this and say, okay, grab this path. Make sure it's still welded. And I can say, follow me with this circle. This circle's in a group right now, so I can't click on it. But what I can do is I can right click, say edit group, then click on this, and there we go. That should run down. That's perfect. That's my exterior pipe. Love it. But I'm not done. What I got to do now, I am going to come back in here. Let's do this. Hide that as well. I want to keep this path just in case. I'm going to make a group of it and keep it right there. And then let's go edit, unhide all, and get all of our stuff back. It's coming together. Look at it. In fact, look at this. I'm close. I'm close.
Making moves, yeah.
I'm tired. Oh, man. Just so much clicky.
So much thinky.
I'm tired. So tired. All right. It's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday, right? All right, so if I come over here, what I want to do, I want to go from this point out. I don't care how high I am. I just want to make sure I go from the middle, and I want to come out to right here. This edge right here, this edge here, and this edge here. So if I look at, what is that? That's 66. So that means I got to come out from the middle 33. So I'm going to come out 33. Sometimes I know it's great when you have every dimension you need and you can just like, boom, pull it across. Everything's wonderful. But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes you just got to get something to inference. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm running long. And then we're just going to come over here. So this is in the wrong spot. This is in the wrong spot, but this is right. So if I was to come across here, go straight across, that should be 4. It's 4. That's awesome. So from that point, we're just going to go straight up 4. Go from there. I'm going to take that across. I'm going to pull it all the way to the inside for right now. So for right now, it's just going to go like that. And I'll do the same thing here. Come up here to here. Four, perfect. Come down 4. And again, just to make sure I'm on axis, I get that right. Clean this up. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need any of that. I don't need that. That is now my 4 millimeter space around my cavity. And the last thing I want to do is I need to put a little round over right there, which is 6. So I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to turn my x-ray off because I want to see where it hits. Come down to here. I'm just going to actually take it all the way through like that. That's going to give me a closed face. I'm going to come this way 6. Draw an arc. Do the same arc down here. All right, now this shape I can extrude around. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide all of this again temporarily. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because I want to make it more. And then I'll just put a new circle in. A new circle right here. 48 sides. Yes. And I can just say, follow me with this. So now I have that. So I'm going to triple click that and make that into a new group. Edit, unhide all, and take this piece and this piece. Right click, or no, actually go to tools and outer shell that. All right, so now we have this piece. So if I move the sword by itself, that's what I created there. Awesome.
Nice.
Next piece, let's get that into the base. So I actually need to come in here and pull this up to here because that's actually where it ends. And then I can take this solid and this solid, tools, outer shell. There we go. So now I got, again, this piece right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. My last step on this chunk is to take this piece and subtract it out from the larger piece. So I'm going to take that, tools, solid tools, and I don't need to hold on to it. So I can just do a straight up subtract from here. And let's see how that looks.
Very nice.
Come on now.
Coming together.
Right. So I'm going to hide. I'm going to keep this, but hide it. Right. Let's take a little break.
A little stretch, a little sanity. Check in with yourself, right. See how you're feeling.
That's right. Let me check my stress watch app. All right.
His heart rate's at 185.
Can't notice that you're on the edge of you seem to be quite stressed, my watch tells me. All right, all of a sudden my stress went. Yeah, but look at this. Look in here. Look at that view. And look at this view. Got it, guys. All right. Next thing I'm doing is a separate piece again. Let's make sure this is still, we got another solid. Oh, solid modeling's so wonderful when it works. Let's get this hexagonal piece right here. So I have a hexagon with 67 to the outside. So what I could do, I just want to see if I still have a center point to inference to. I do. So this will be easy. He says, crossing his fingers behind his back, All right, so I'm going to hover over this and shift, and now try to find, actually, how am I going to do this? How, I want to inference to that point, but I want to keep it over here. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to draw an edge like that, and then maybe we'll do an edge like, just make a quick surface there so I can inference off of that easier.
Yeah, that works.
That works. All right, so we're pulling that out. It's 67 flat to flat, right? So if I'm, and this goes horizontally. This goes this way. But you'll notice as I'm pulling this out, if I type half of 67 or 67 halves, it's going to take me to the outside. You can see that where my thing is here. So if I hit my Option key on Mac, it's different on Windows. But if I tap that, then I'll be drawing to the inside. So I now take this up to the top, go this way, and say 67 divided by 2, and there it is. That's our shape. I'm going to double click into here, and nope, I don't have that. So I'm just going to grab this, I'm going to copy it, and then come into context, or come out of context, get rid of all this extra geometry, and then I'm going to temporarily hide this, edit, paste in place, because now I can go, okay, get rid of all this.
Nice. We got a comment on LinkedIn. Hi, greetings from Mexico. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Good to have you here.
And then 15. So actually it does a couple things. It moves back 5 and then it pulls 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back 5. And then I'm going to say Option and pull back 15. And then double click and delete this piece. And a little bit of cleanup. That should put this hexagonal extrusion right where it should be. So we'll go back to Edit, Unhide All. There we go. Looking good, looking beautiful. So now if I triple click this and make it a group, hopefully it's solid. It is. So I should be able to grab both of these. Tools, outer shell. Oh, man. I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now.
Yeah.
Because I was legitimately, like, there was a point where we started and I looked at it and I went, why'd I put that on there? I'm already on the air. I can't get rid of it now.
Everybody votes for the one that's the hardest to do.
I know. Pick anyone you want except for 10.
You push through your moment of doubt, and we're on the other side.
Good. We're doing good. Good. Hide this again. Last piece. I don't think this will be that complicated. Last words he said before the nervous breakdown. I think this piece, if I turn on my hidden geometry, I think I can find and use the middle right here. I'm fairly certain that's the middle. Yep, looks good. I could verify that's the middle, actually. If I go straight down and I snap to the middle piece, see this inferencing the middle there is verifying that that is the middle there. And I think from there, I can pull out some geometry that I need to draw this thing. So I'm just going to put an edge out right now. That's it, like that. I just need that dimension. Now this is 82 from the center. So I did not, one of the things I was talking about earlier was, circles break, stuff moves. When you push pull, a lot of times you learn or lose where the middle of a circle is. That happens. So when I model stuff that's based off of a central point like this, a lot of times I'll model it on the axes. So I'll model it right here. So I can always go back and pull a dimension, because you can see how many dimensions they pull off of the center here. This one. So in this case, I don't have a center axis, but I do have that path I created initially. See right here? So I can actually inference that. That's my follow me path. And I could pull that out same way along the red axes to 82. So come here, type 82. If I go straight up, I should intersect that edge. I did. And that right there is the center of my circle here. So with that, I can, let's see, get some dimensions here. 24 minus 10 is that outside circle. So 24 minus 10 is 14. So do a circle of 7. And I'm going to draw this in 2D first, and then we'll come back and figure out how to make it better. And I'll do it at 12. That gives me this outside one. And then it looks like this one is 30. See that? 15. So that's a 30. So I'm going to do one more circle at 15. Awesome. So those are our 3 concentric rings here. And now what we have is we're pulling an edge from, say, here out to maybe here, wherever that intersects. So I'm going from halfway out to, as I come across, the one that no geometry disappears into. Give me the center. Why are you being rude? Don't be like that. So that's right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect those two together so I get a face. Oops. Look, I get rid of these edges first before I'll get a face there. There to there.
Nice.
Right. I was close. I was a little off. So maybe I'll drop back to here. That was closer. All right. Where's that if I inference straight up? So just off on one side. Cool. There is that shape. I don't know why that circle did not. You guys ever see this where every once in a while you get a weird thing that won't break, doesn't properly break the stuff? Sometimes you can just draw an edge on top and force it to break. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes it won't even let you do that. If it does that, then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll grab it and do a vertical move of 0 sometimes, and I'll just force it to re-register where those faces are. All right, right now, overall height here is 20. So that's up 10, down 10. So I'm going to do that real quick. Just pull this one down 10. Pull this one up 10.
As you do that, Patrick is here. Says a bit late this week, but happy to have you. Good to see you. And then also Sancha on LinkedIn coming to us from Jamaica. Thanks for tuning in and watching the show today. Happy to have you. And Dave suggests you could use TIG's tangent tools as an extension to figure out the tangents at the arcs in order to make them truly tangent.
Absolutely. And that is definitely what I would do if I was more concerned. But I was grabbing the nearest point, pulling it over, and I got close.
Yeah. Pretty much there.
All right. So we're pretty close right now. I'm going to triple click and make this a group. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get rid of everything else. I'm going to go to edit. Actually, I think I have a shortcut key. Let me double check. There we go. Get rid of everything else temporarily. What I want to do now is I need to create an offset of this 3D volume that is 4 millimeters. This is not right. This is bothering me. So I'm a little off right here. That's how much I was off. Sorry. All right, there we go.
Nice. It's all about precision here. Getting down to the.
So you can see it's a little off there too. So I have to do that over on this side also. Oh boy. One more face up to give me that.
Very important for this part. You know,
yeah. Would that have mattered in the
this part
slightest? Probably not. All right, there we go. All right.
Nice.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right. So now we got a good piece. So what I need to do is I want to cut out, so 4 millimeters in, 4 millimeters in, 4 millimeters in, 4 millimeters in. That's what I want to cut out. If I try to do that as a 3D piece, it might be kind of rough. So I'm going to try to simplify that I'm going to start by taking this and weld it. Then I'm going to offset this 4. Right, and that will give me this face right here. I'm going to take that face. I'm going to option move it. Whoa, that got silly. Option move that. What's going on? There we go. Move it up 4. And then this is 20. So I want this to be 12 tall. So what I can do is X-ray, pull that up 12. And there we go. Now I have a good solid void that's all the right size. See how that void ties in? Looks very good.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to, though, extend that void a little bit. I want to make sure it gets all the way into my existing void. So I'm going to take this maybe a little long like that. No, you know what? Don't mess with it now. Right now, all I'm going to do is make sure that breaks. Delete that. Right-click, orient faces. And see my void up here is a little off. So I'm just going to push-pull that back up to here. We'll see what happens. All right, so that is looking good. I can get rid of this from underneath. We have created a slick looking little piece that looks like it's going to cut through just perfectly-ish, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use solid tools here, but I don't think I'm actually going to. And here's why. If everything goes well with solid tools and I join these together, I'm still going to have this half circle chunk on the inside that I have to go up and clean up and get rid of and get that out of there. I don't necessarily want to do that. So I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do that. And I think the easiest way to do that is going to be to manually do some intersecting. So specifically, if I come and grab that face and this face, and I say intersect face with model, and then I'll hide everything again. Now I know I can get rid of, I don't actually need that. But I can get rid of that. That all goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And then, same thing on the bottom. I guess I just delete that. Less cleanup, just get rid of it. All right, so then that is exactly how it will meet this outside piece. I got to do the same thing here, though, right? Because I got to select this, say intersect face with model, and it should give me the similar breaks. Did not quite break it there. That's okay. Because the outside piece, we don't even need this. Let me get rid of that. So now we have where those two outside pieces meet. Come on, close that. They show up beautifully, but now I got to get to the inside because I got to do the same thing on the inside. I wonder if I can do this. Oh yeah, baby, we're popping in. This is what I was talking about. Remember, going inside.
It all pays off.
That's right.
That's what you get for sticking around, watch until the end of the stream, is you get to see.
That's right. 3D.
All the promises kept.
Modeling from the inside. All right, so I'm going to double click this face right here. Right click. Intersect face with model, which should give me two cut lines there. Drag this one straight down. Come over here, rotate around. Drag that straight down. Grab this, delete it. All right, I think that looks good. I'll come into this one. Grab these two faces, same thing. Intersect face with model. That should give me, oh, that's a bummer. So the issue that I'm hitting right now, the reason that's not, oh, look at that. It's just short. Oh my goodness, look how cute that is. It's so off. So what I can do, sometimes this happens when I'm intersecting faces, I cut one back and it's just, I don't know, just shy of where the other one is, something like that. So I need to manually copy those intersecting edges. So I'm just going to grab that like that. I'm going to hit copy. And then I'll go into just this and I'll say edit, paste in place. And that should lay it, boom, right there. So that, whoops, should be enough to get me close. Oh, see, I'm just slightly off. That's how much I'm off. But if I run this long like that, and then this long like that should get me really close. So I'm gonna grab that, copy it down to the bottom, connect it back up. We'll see how this works. No guarantees. All right. We'll orient faces. I'm just doing one side real quick to see if this works. So if I click out to go inside, let's see if that runs through. Looks like that could work. Okay, so now the question is how to get rid of this. If I say intersect face with model, no, nothing. So I'll have to manually fix that up. But yeah, now we're fine tuning right now. We're making little teeny tiny changes, but we're very close to the finish line here. Oops, didn't make that first one long enough.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. The details.
That's right.
All the good stuff in there. Got a question. Will this question be uploaded after the live has ended? Yes. So you're watching on LinkedIn. So I believe LinkedIn saves the recording afterwards. If not, you can always come to YouTube, and we have all the previous live streams are in our SketchUp Live playlist on YouTube. So cruise over there if you want to watch the beginning if you missed it or want to rewatch something again.
So at this point, I'm going to take both of these and explode them. It's going to force the geometry to come together. Yeah, sound effects. Dang it. So you look right here. So I have thin lines instead of thick lines. That means that all welded together well. If we go on the inside here, hop in here. Oh, hit the edge. Okay, hold up. Back up.
Randy said this was like laparoscopic modeling when you're going in.
It was. All right, so we're pretty close. So we got a little bit. Oh, perfect. So this is exactly what I was hoping for. Because then I should be able to just do that. Get rid of that edge. Perfect. Same thing over here. Get rid of that edge. Right click. Orient faces. Boom. Everything's on the outside. If we triple click and make this a group. It's
Bang.
solid.
Yay.
All right. Last thing to do is color it green like this, I guess.
That's the hard part. Hey, look at
it's
that.
Green. So, yeah, that was a cool piece. Because look at this. Let's hop back in here. Look at the inside of that thing. Oh, baby. Who would volunteer to model that live?
Earlier, RT Cool says you should do a section on it so you can see what
Absolutely.
the inside
Let's
looks
do
like.
that. Turn off X-ray.
Got some good props in the chat here. Well done. Excellent.
Boom.
Bang,
Put
bang.
section plane on here.
Yep.
Slide that right in.
Whoa.
Can we get to the center? No, I guess not. Can't inference while I'm placing. But that's yeah. Let's make this work better too. Let's go to our styles. Go to section fill. Let's do a nice light green. Section fill. There we go. Yeah. I don't like how the section's always so heavy.
Yeah.
Be cool, man. All right. So because I put that inside the group with that copy, I can see these both side by side now. So I can see here's my outside and then here's my cross section. If I don't want this visible, I can say, I can come into context again, right click. We'll just hide that one piece. And there we go.
Very nice. Okay, what do you got? 5 to go?
Turned out pretty cool. Well, since that's every single one we talked about and finished.
No, I think you did a
so we
great
did
job.
half of them.
Yeah,
we did 5 out of 10, and I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna say that that should have gone better or different.
No, I think it was good to see a variety of different levels of detail. Like different levels of challenge. So yeah, I think that was great. Yeah, good job by you, especially you know, getting through the tough parts where it was hard to tell what was going on in the plan. But yeah, you did great.
Yeah, I like it. That was fun. So, question, and we can just hang out for just a minute or two longer. We don't gotta beat this to death. But say between now and the end of the year, you guys think we should come back and model these other 5? What do you think? Is that'd be a good idea? Because like I said, like these 2 were warm up, right? Get the blood flowing, get the Then this was surprisingly more work than I was expecting. Like, oh, a teapot, knock that thing out. No. This we know took 4 minutes.
That's right.
And then this was a good hour model, which is really cool. Question is, do we do more of this, or do we just set this aside for now and come back in a little while, or do we? Can you chrome it?
I was just about to say that.
Shut up, everyone.
It doesn't matter what you want to see in the future. It's chroming time.
That's right. Yeah. So as I do this, let's talk about that. Because I scale these up to meter, they're huge. So I'm going to have to definitely amplify my ambient occlusion size almost to the max. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm not sure how. Let's see how Chrome scales. Let's start. Let's work our way up. We'll start with this one right here.
I think you also have to change your face style.
Yeah, that is right. I always forget that and then stumble on it. But yeah, let's go to photoreal materials. Okay. I'm in the void. All right, so we're going to go to materials. Let's go grab our metal. Number 1 right here, silver. Boom. Paint it all.
Shiny.
Oh yeah, look at that stuff. All right, I don't love the background though. Let's fine tune real quick.
Yeah, I end up turning my sky dome off a lot of the time because I feel like it's distracting.
Awful blue though. Let's see. I'm just kind of wondering if maybe we got another. Nope, that's too much. Ooh, that looks a little better. A little more white in that one. I like that better. Okay, there you go. Turn my sky dome off, but use it for reflections. Yes.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm skipping over the teapot. Yes. All right, teapot, your turn.
Love it. That's one of the fancy.
We got 8
kettles.
minutes left. We will be doing this. Oh man, look at that thing! Look at that! You could see the buildings in. Oh yeah! All right, come in here. Come here. Look at that drain pipe action! Oh my goodness! I love it.
Yeah, that's so much cooler than green.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Why'd you do green? Gosh, study Cam. I'll have to change that too. I wonder if I can put. Can I put a reflective material in as my section material?
Let's try it.
This might cause the universe to just end. So everybody brace yourself.
Yeah, make sure to save before this.
Save. All right, let's come in here. Section fill material. Oh, it kind of worked. So I think when you do that, I don't think any of these actually use the photoreal material in the sense that they don't reflect. So I think what it does is it grabs the average color of that material. So I got this nice light gray, but still works. It looks good. It looks all right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I know why. I'm just barely I always think of I still turn ambient occlusion on at the end instead of modeling with it on. I got to figure out why I don't just model everything in Chrome to begin with. I mean, probably because that will just be too much. It'll be too good.
Yeah, that's more fun.
That was a cool one. That good call. Who said that? Who threw that up?
I think that was, let's see, that was Cycle Fanatic.
Thank you,
Cycle
Cycle
Fanatic
Fanatic.
88.
That's great. Oh yeah, it looks like the bean in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. There you
Nice,
go.
you're shooting for Keggy. The bean, which is that big chrome bean. I mean, it's an awesome, huge sculpture. But yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I had to throw this out too because I'm. Some people will recognize this on the stream. Um, I pulled out my triangle scale the other day because I was drawing something. Well, it's actually for uh, a video that's coming up. You guys will see it. But I was like, do you guys anybody have like their old just antiquated tools still laying around where it's like I don't use that anymore, but I remember daily. I mean, this has like corners roughed off. I got some like there's I don't know why, but there's like a cut in it right here. I have no idea what happened there, but
Hmm.
yeah, I got ink on here from when I marked things. But yeah, I probably like 10, 20 years of using this scale when I was working on a lot of scale drawings. Just wonder if anybody else has anything like that. Oh, yep, Keggy's got two of them. Up, Randy's got one right beside of him. Johnny, yeah.
So does it have three sides just because there's three different or like 12
There,
different kind of scales on there?
there's actually six different, yeah. Well, 12, yeah, because so each side, well, not each side. One side is just a straight inches ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so if I was say like quarter inch would be what the standard for the plans I worked on. So what you would do is you lay it down, and this is quarter inch. So if I laid it
Oh,
down, it would give me a scale in the real world dimensions coming this way.
that's
And then
cool.
from the opposite end, I had eighth inch. So yeah, this was 2 dimensions right here, 2 dimensions here. So whatever, 11 different dimensions, which would just help you work on yeah standard scales and pull dimensions off of stuff, which is really cool. Um,
Nice.
and a slide rule. Bill's got it. Oh man, I one of my first jobs was working for an engineer, and he had a slide rule. He tried to show me how it worked, and I just went, "That's neat." I have no idea how that works. So. Oh, Transom's got his grandfather's slide rule. That's pretty cool. Chia Stewart has five scales. I'm assuming they're from different companies and got different logos and stuff like that. Like this one has. This is the company I used to work at before Trimble. So these were Keymark. That was where it was. And then unfortunately, this piece I got to glue it. It's coming out. But sorry, I just had to throw that out because it's sitting right here, and I'm like, oh, that was some memories. Johnny Five still on his original drafting table. Woo! Oh, French curves, man. Design memories. Oh, that's cool. All right, so I just wanted to throw that out just because it was a fun thing, not because it has anything to do with what we're actually doing. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thanks for being part of some sweet 3D modeling there. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We got five left, five plans left, models left. So yeah, models, drawings, things.
Yeah.
We got five left. So yeah, we'll have to talk about it. We'll talk about it in our group and figure out when we could best bring that back. We're talking about some fun stuff between now and the end of the year, some stuff that's a little different from what we've done before. Try some things out. So yeah, stick with us. We'll keep trying to do some fun things and appreciate that you're here with us. Do you have anything coming up, Matt, that we got to talk about, or
Not that I can think of. Just
next
yeah,
week?
subscribe if you're not, and tune in next week. You want me to look it up real quick?
Yeah, as of now, we have plans, but
Yeah.
they change sometimes.
I want to watch spiders real quick. Here we go.
That's what's called a throwback. Real quick there, he just inferenced or referred to a joke that he did earlier. So
we're coming up. Okay. Conceptual massing model.
Ooh.
Sketching a conceptual massing model.
This is going to be cool because we'll get your guys' input on this in the forum. What we want to hear is like some unique shapes and ideas that would be fun buildings. So non-conventional. Think outside the box, not rectangles, squares, triangles, whatever, but like a city bus. Like what would that look like as a building, a teacup? Um, Give us some fun ideas and we'll go and do some building massings using some unique shapes. But keep an eye out on the forum. We'll get a post up early next week, Monday, Tuesday, something like that, and want to hear your thoughts on some cool building masses that we could put together. It is going to be cool. It's going to be a fun one. So we'll be here this next Friday. Like I said, keep an eye on the forum because we want to get your input beforehand. But thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you guys had a good time. This is a ton of fun for me. Thank you all. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
See you.